In this video, we're going to demonstrate how verifiable credentials can be used to prove employment and apply for a loan. This scenario comes from the Hyperledger Indy project's Getting Started tutorial. By building on the British Columbia government's work with verifiable organizations, we've been able to transform this CLI-based tutorial into a set of user-friendly web pages. Our persona for this demonstration, a recent college graduate named Alice, will collect and use verifiable credentials from issuers including a government ID issuing institution, her alma mater, her employer, and finally, her bank. Alice's first verifiable credential will be a form of digital ID. In our demo environment, we have an issuer that can distribute these credentials named GovID. To issue an ID, GovID requires Alice to provide a name and address. When the form is submitted, GovID will build the information submitted by Alice into a verifiable credential that will be stored in Alice's wallet. From here, Alice can track her progress through the process of acquiring all the credentials that she is going to need. She can also open her profile and see the credentials she has in her wallet. At this point, her only credential is her government-issued ID. Alice's next verifiable credential will be a transcript from Faber College. This credential can be used to prove to potential employers that she is indeed a college graduate. In order to issue a transcript, Faber requires students to present a proof that attests to their first and last name, the effective date for their ID, and their legal entity ID number. When Alice clicked the Faber button on the previous page, a proof was constructed using data from the GovID credential in Alice's wallet. Faber received the proof and was able to verify that 1. The correct information was provided, and 2. That the credential the information came from was provided by a trusted issuer. It's important to note that, though the credential used in the proof contains information on where Alice lives, only her name, ID number, and effective date were revealed to Faber through the proof. The rest of her information was not disclosed. Also note that Faber was able to use some of the information from the proof to partially complete Alice's transcript request. Now Alice can fill out the rest of the form. Normally your college wouldn't let you fill out the information on your transcript, but Faber does things their own way, and this is just a demo. When the form is submitted, Faber will create a transcript credential, which will be added to Alice's wallet. This credential will contain all of the fields mentioned in the form. Next, Alice will apply for a job at Acme. Like Faber, Acme requires applicants to provide a proof of their ID. However, Acme's requirements also specify that the proof must contain information about the applicant's college degree. This means that Alice will need to construct a proof from multiple credentials in her wallet, her government-issued ID, and her college transcript. As we saw with Faber, we now see information at the bottom of the page that indicates Acme was able to verify the proof that Alice provided. We can see the subset of private information that was actually revealed to Acme in the proof, and we can also see that the proof contains information on both issuers that provided the credentials used to construct the proof. Alice may continue filling out the job application, and some of the required fields have been filled with information from her proof. Acme will provide a credential indicating that Alice has applied for a job. Because it would be a short demo otherwise, we're going to assume Alice nails her interviews and is offered a position at Acme. The next credential she is going to acquire is a certificate of employment, which will contain fields including her income level and how many years of experience she has. The only credential required for this proof is her job application, which will supply her name and ID number. Again, it's a little strange that Alice gets to pick her income level here. I guess she really nailed the interview. Finally, Alice has the credentials she needs to satisfy the requirements for requesting a loan from Thrift Bank. Her job certificate will be used to construct a proof that attests to her identity and income level. Thrift Bank is satisfied with the proof that Alice has provided. At this point, she just submits the form, and a new credential representing her loan application is added to her wallet. Now that she can get a loan, Alice will be able to make the deposit on a new apartment and cover her expenses until her first paycheck. On Alice's profile, we can see all of the credentials that she has collected, and we can open the credentials individually to see information about them and to verify them. This output shows that the credential is valid, meaning that the issuer information and signatures listed in the credential match the records written to the shared ledger. And with that, the demo is concluded. Again, we'd like to thank the British Columbia government for contributing their work on verifiable organizations as a place for us to get started. Thanks for watching. If you'd like to tinker with this demo yourself, the code can be found under our GitHub organization at github.com/IBM Blockchain Identity. Look for the Indie SSI VC tutorial repository.